Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm starting a new series on the channel and it's called My GoPro and Paralenz Journey. I started my channel right at the start just to record my kids' diving adventures, and then lockdown came and we couldn't dive in the Musson Dam, so I created a virtual dive which we posted because we thought we'd only be locked down for a month, and that was all using other people's footage. I then, because I had time on my hands, made a few other videos with footage that people donated, and then I decided, well, I better get into taking some videos myself with really no experience of videography. Many years ago, and I'm talking 25 years ago plus, I did used to take underwater photographers, fairly reasonable ones, with my Nikonas 5 and 35mm slide film, but really that was all my experience and it was completely different then. So what do I need to do? Well, I need to do what everyone else does and go and get a GoPro. So I set myself up with the GoPro Hero 8 in the super sweet housing, bought some filters and a macro lens, which is not a macro lens, as you'll see in later videos, it's actually a close-up lens. Got myself a couple of lights off Amazon and away I went. Now, for all you experienced videographers out there, you're probably laughing right now at my setup. But as I said, you know, I've no experience of videography. I just wanted to go touchy-feely. One of the first things I did know is that I need to have a frame. I need to be able to stabilize the camera more underwater. So I found this on Amazon, this Movo frame, and it's been pretty good. So these lights, again, they were just the ones that could be delivered the fastest. They cost me, I think, around $25 each, just to let me start getting into taking videos and uploading them. And you can see some of the footage on the videos prior to this video. So then I start to get into it. So then I end up getting a Hero 7 as well. I'll explain why I got a Hero 7. And I've also ordered a Paralenz Vaquita. And the reason for that is it's got automatic white balance and it's supposed to be the best compact camera underwater. I paid for it a couple of months ago. They say it will be delivered next month in September, so I'm looking forward to that. So the purpose of this is just, and you can see now I've amassed quite a few items, because I thought if I'm taking video and I'm buying kit for the first time, it might be interesting for people who are in my situation. They don't want to be world-class videographers, but they just want to shoot good video easily underwater. So this new series is going to document my journey with both the cameras, lots of accessories, lots of lights. None of this has been donated. I buy all my own stuff, and I'm going to test it, and I'm not just going to do what everyone else does on YouTube, and it's a bit annoying. I mean, I saw a review of a torch the other day. They opened the box, went through it and said it was a good torch. Didn't use it underwater. So how can you know it's a good light or a good torch if you've not used it underwater? So all my reviews, you'll of course see me open the box and talk about the item, and it will be followed up in that video in water, and we'll see how it performs. Plus, if I like the item and I keep it a year after I've acquired it or bought it, we'll do another quick review 1 year later. Right, so these are some of the things that I've got. I mean, these lights I bought, I mean, this setup hasn't worked very well where I use a hot shoe, but I could get these adapters fairly quickly. So my first job will be to set up the lighting arrangement a bit differently. But some of the things I've got these, I've got the Movo lights as well, because when I bought these, they said they're 500 lumens, these are 700 lumens. You need, it's not much light, I know, for the professional videographers, but at the time that's what I was playing around with. And then I'm also going to test these Fusion 1500s. I got 2 of these because my local dive shop had discounted them 40%, and they could also be used as torches. So you might think this is a lot of the kit, but remember, I've got 2 kits. They need stuff as well, so none of this is going to waste. Some other things, I'm currently testing the switchblade from Polar Pro, which is what they call a macro lens, what I call a close-up lens, and their filter system. So that video will be coming out soon. They've got a similar one called Dive Master, which is just the red and magenta filter, so I'll be testing that. I've already started, but I've got to do it in several different situations. This is something that I found online quite cost effectively, and it's the reason I bought the Hero 7. This is a housing with a power bank. So what I want to do is, on some of the wrecks that we go to in the winter, because at the moment we only do 1 dive every time we go out, I want to, when we start doing 2 dives, is take that down, leave it on the wreck while we're between dives, see what comes in. Does any bigger fish life come in? Because you know, when you dive, sometimes you go down, the big stuff disappears. You finish a dive, you have an hour, hour and a half in between, then stuff might come in. We're just going to see if it works and what we get. So what am I going to do next on this setup? Well, I'm going to get the arms sorted out for lights. I've got to, so these are some, I've already made my first mistake because I've been looking online, and it would have been better if I'd got flotation arms. So I will be getting some flotation arms so I can get this as near neutrally buoyant as I can. But until those arrive, until I get some of those, we're going to be using these. I've got to come up with a way of fixing these ball joints onto this. Again, I've ordered some from AliExpress, my go-to place, some horseshoe ball mounts, but I've got these as well. So my next video will be how did I fit these, and so we can start setting the lights up a bit more professionally. And at the same time, I'm going to try and mount my Hero 8 and Hero 7 side by side. So that's what the next video is going to see. Can we do it? Why do I want to do that? Because I've got the Flip 7 filter and macro, 15 times macro lens, which I want to use. And then what I'm planning to do in the future is mount my Paralenz Vaquita underneath. So then I've got close up, macro and wide angle all on one setup. So if anything surprising comes through the dive, I'm going to capture it. And you know what happens, you know, you set your camera up for one scenario and a whale shark comes through, or you see the most amazing macro creature. You've discovered a nudibranch and you can't photograph it. So that's what's going to be in the next video, just setting this up for better lights, and then we're going to test all of these lights, and come with me on the journey. Just to conclude, I haven't mentioned where do I find out where to get tips, information from on underwater photography and videography. My best resource on YouTube so far has been Matthias Lebo. He does an excellent YouTube channel. His business is underwater videography and he's a filmmaker. And he's agreed to support the channel and my journey, so I'm looking forward to lots of comments, good and bad, from Matthias. Matthias, don't hold anything back. There's a link to his channel below in the description, so you know, see what I'm doing, but go and learn from the professional Matthias. If you've liked this, please subscribe, particularly if you want to see what I do with the GoPro and if you want to see the new Paralenz Vaquita. So hit the subscribe and notify button and you won't miss any of this journey.